Hey, Raw Devil. Yep, it's a National Buddy Check Week, and I thought I would take this opportunity to check up on you. See how you're doing. Make sure you're not screwing stuff up. You know how you do. Right? Anyway, that's all I really wanted to do. I'm going to try to make a couple of these calls a day this week and reach out to everybody. In fact, we should make sure to stay in touch, and we should also get everybody that we know together and go out and catch a game. Maybe watch Michigan just stomp all over whoever's in front of them. What do you think? All right, man. You know I got your 6. All right. Ira.
Welcome to the Daily Dose of Veterans Intel, enhanced with the JDE, the Jeff Daly Experience. Back behind the bunker, he's back and ready to serve you over the interwebs.
All right, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for being here and to welcome you to the all-new, renewed, and improved Daily Dose of Veterans Intel. We might also just shorten it sometimes and call it VetIntel. There might be merch in that. This is going to be something different than what I did before. I have 3 ingredients in this mix of awesome. It's going to contain 100% of fun, 100% useful, and it's going to be 100% informative. That is 3 times the ingredients that physics will even allow. So our expectations are already through the roof. All right. Now, because you're here, because you're early, I'm going to grant you clearance. You have the need to know. You are all special agents here. And I'm hoping to get back from you as much as I give to you. Now, the format here it's not strict. It's not an interview-centric experience, but I do want to feature real veterans out there. You don't have to have written a book or started a nonprofit or saved puppies and given them to blind children. You just have to be out there doing what you can do to better the community. And we're gonna have like 5-10 minute interviews. If you want to nominate somebody or you want to be on here yourself, let me know and we'll figure it out and we'll make it happen. Now, I want to make this grow. I don't want this to just be for a few of us. We need special agents everywhere in this country, out there for the good fight, taking care of our community. Our community is important, and I want to stress that I am here to serve the greater community the best way that I know how. The best way you can help right now, first of all, you're already watching or listening, so kudos to you. I want to make sure that you subscribe, and here's some options for you. If you subscribe on Spotify or YouTube, you can watch as well as listen to the podcast. Maybe you don't want to watch. Maybe you think the space is made for audio only. I don't know. You have preferences. I have preferences. Go with your preference. So you can watch or listen on Spotify or YouTube. If you know for a fact you're only going to listen, you can go to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and even places like Stitcher or wherever you consume podcast content. So please subscribe, comment, like, and for the love of all that is good in the world, share this with people so that we can continue the conversation. In fact, you can continue the conversation either on YouTube as commenting, and we can interact there. We can interact on Facebook. There's a group called A Daily Dose of Veterans Intel. Be sure to join it, and then chime in. We'd love to have you there. So now you've had your welcoming brief, and now we're going to get into it. Just so you know, I'm also unscripted, so I just speak what's in my heart and what comes to my brain, and it not filters, down here and comes out of my mouth. So you never know what we're really going to get. But I want to start a conversation that's been a big conversation in the community. We're having problems recruiting in our military, and we're having problems recruiting in our veteran organizations. What's the problem? Everybody's got an answer. You have to start catering to the young folks. You got to cater to the women. You got to cater to minorities. Let's face it, the veteran community is a subset of the macro population already. We don't need to divide it up. We need to look for what we have in common. What made us raise our right hand and sign on that dotted line to give up to and including the ultimate sacrifice? It's service. It's easy. We all have service in our DNA. And I believe wholeheartedly, if we get back to preaching service, we will see better engagement with our fellow veterans, or if you're in the military, your fellow potential service people. The Marine Corps made their numbers, and as you know, I don't know if it's been said enough times, the Marine Corps does not lead with your bonuses or what you're going to get for college or how much this job is going to translate into the civilian world. They come at you with, you get to be a Marine. You get to wear the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, and you claim that title for the rest of your life. Just bottoms out. You come here to serve, and you come here to serve honorably, and you come here to serve as a warrior. So I just think that's a novel approach when everybody else is trying to reinvent the wheel and they're not getting their numbers. Sometimes the wheel is just fine the way it is. Now, if we're talking about veteran service organizations, we are not going to go on missions and defend anybody in any armed conflict. That's just not going to happen. But what we can do is tap into that service like DNA that we have inside of us. What we can do is implement a program I started years ago before COVID, then it kind of got interrupted. Now, I just read somewhere that, or actually I asked my speaking assistant over there, how many veterans there were in the United States. I got the answer of 16.2 million. Obviously, they're not all in veteran service organizations. Obviously, they're of different ages and capabilities, but there are 16.2 million of us. Keep this in mind. 10% of that is 1.6 million. Okay? My idea for tapping into our service DNA is to create a curriculum that will certify veterans so that they can be on passive patrol in their communities at all time. Now, I'm not talking about guardian angel situation. I'm talking about 3 different phases. Phase 1, CPR, first aid, AED. CPR for bringing people back to life, AED, working the clear paddles, and first aid, first aid. Second thing would be mental health first aid or mental health intervention. There's some training on that. I'm going to talk about one of those on Friday. Be sure to tune into the Daily short briefing that I do every week. And the third thing is non-lethal self-defense. So that if you do need to intervene with somebody, you do not have to leave them unliving and potentially put yourself in a legal situation. So if we were to get all 3 of these phases installed into our veteran community, we could be out there on the streets saving lives immediately. Think about that. You see something, you can act, and you will be able to be effective. You will bring honor upon yourself and your organization and the military. And somebody will wake up the next morning and be able to spend time with their children, their other family, their friends, their loved ones, their coworkers, because of you. And this is something that I think all of the organizations can do. I'm talking to you, VFW. I'm talking to you, DAV. I'm talking to you, American Legion, Team RWB, Team Rubicon, Merging Vets with Players, Veterans of Media and Entertainment, Jewish War Veterans, anybody who's out there with members can do this. There's CPR training in every city. There's mental health training in every city. There are martial arts people in every city. A lot of them are veterans. I bet you they'd be willing to help you out and to help you come up with a curriculum to get this done. Because you have been boots on the ground. You have served in the military and now you're home. And I want you to serve your community. So if you're with me, you can go ahead and you can get in touch with me. I'm going to put some links in to places that maybe have some ideas, especially on Friday. Be sure to tune in on Friday for Fry Daily, because I'm going to have a good one for you. And yeah, that's my soapbox for the day. And I hope that our special agents out there, which is you, will all become certified in this capacity so that you can be fitted for your cape and continue to be heroes in your service here in this Civ Div out here in these United States. Next up in sports, yes, I said sports. One of the academies is ranked in the top 25. And it's the Air Force. The Air Force is the 22nd ranked football team in America today. They are undefeated and they are looking good. I don't know how they do it, but I haven't even looked up anything about them. I'm guessing they have an air assault more than a ground game. Hopefully, so that maybe that will help their recruiting. Air Force, we have the devastating air game in our football, devastating air game across the world. United States Air Force, aim high. So, yep, there you go. That's the news for sports today. Dude. Bruh. The VA is leaning into Molly and mushrooms as psychedelics show promise in PTSD treatment. So please get down to the VA and get your stash. I mean your treatment. Bruh. All right, so that's it for the first episode of the new and improved Daily Dose of Veterans Intel. I'm your host, Jeff Daly of the Michigan Dailies. You know I'm still here in the bunker, here to serve you. I hope that you will join us every Tuesday and every Friday for a quick brief. So I really appreciate you being here. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, join the conversation. And if you have a chance to rate us where you are, rate us 5 stars or thumbs up or whatever it is that they have for you to express yourself. Thank you so much, Special Agents, for being here. Walk proudly away from the screen. Get on out there and serve your community the best that you can.